Welcome to the Hot Slice, a podcast brought to you by Pizza Today. I am creative director Josh Cowan. Along with me, editor-in-chief of Pizza Today, Mr. Jeremy White. What's going on, Jeremy?
Hey Josh, well, we're crawling, seems like, into Thanksgiving. Can't wait, I'm ready for the turkey, the mashed potatoes, the pumpkin pie. I always eat pizza the night before Thanksgiving. Me and about 80 million of my closest friends, it seems like that's one of the busiest sales days of the year for
Yep.
pizzerias. Everyone's occupying their oven space, making all the goodies for the next day. No
Right.
one has time to cook anything for dinner that night, so they order pizza. So there is a big day on the horizon.
Yeah, you got, Halloween and Thanksgiving, the two of the biggest pizza days back to back months. So,
Mhm.
yeah, and it's been kind of warm here. Really hasn't
Yeah,
gotten that chilly, so it doesn't feel like it's even close to Christmas time right now or Thanksgiving. So yeah, when you say crawling in there, it does feel like we're crawling
it
in
feels
there.
like it. It's 71 degrees and sunny right now where we're
Right.
at. So that's not usual for this time of year, but I'll take it.
Yeah, I'll take it all day. It's like California weather without the traffic, so
That's right. And the smog.
and the smog. So you know, registration has opened
Yep.
for Pizza Expo that is underway. So if you want to get some of those early bird pricing, some of those deals on registration, now is the time to do it. Um, so yeah, and one of the best things about early registration is you can get to plan out those workshops early as well. So we're gonna kind of dive into that today, right?
Yeah, we are. Before we do that, I want to bring up the Pie Awards really briefly. Some of our listeners know about the Pie Awards and have asked about them. The Pie Awards, Pie standing for Pizza Industry Enterprise Awards, were designed by Emerald Expositions, our employer, owner of Pizza Today and Pizza Expo. I kind of pushed a company-wide initiative where several of the brands underneath the Emerald umbrella were were putting together awards programs for the first time ever. Our awards program was put together by Cher Martinetti. She is the awards program manager for Emerald Expositions. She kind of oversaw and ran the entire awards program. Whereas us here at Pizza Today, we're kind of the let's say the mouthpiece. We got the word out on the magazine and the podcast and on pizzatoday.com, but the program really, resides with Cher as the award program manager. And she just let me know today that the awards submissions have completely closed and judging is beginning soon. And in early to mid-December, I think some of the winners are going to be announced. So for anyone who is wondering, for looking for an update on the Pie Awards, that is the latest news on the Pie Awards. And to your point, Josh, yeah, we're going to talk today about Denise and I last week talked about the day one workshops. Pizza Expo is scheduled for March 19th through 21st at the Las Vegas Convention Center. But as we all know, those are the dates of the show floor. Really, the show actually, in all actuality, starts a couple days before that on Sunday with pre-show workshops to spill into Monday. So while we have some pre-show workshops on Sunday on day one, on day two, we have a great lineup of pre-show workshops. We also have a handful of pre-show seminars that the workshops are paid. They're in depth. They're 4-hour sessions, very very detailed. You do pay a separate fee to attend those, but we also have it's like about 8 free seminars on Monday as well. So there's a lot going on really before the show ever starts.
Right. If you're planning to come to Pizza Expo, make it a 4 or 5 day thing, and get the most bang for your buck with that, with the session starting on Sunday, and just take a real deep dive. If you're only going to do Pizza Expo once or twice in your life, or if you're just starting a pizzeria or looking to start a pizzeria, there's no more valuable asset than those deep dives on the workshops.
Yeah, absolutely. They're worth the weight in gold. The The men and women who lead these workshops are very talented. They've been in the trenches. They've been where you as an attendee, where you're at. They've been there. They've been through the trials and tribulations, the ups and downs. They've been burned more times than they can count, and they've found ways to become wildly successful. And the information that they impart to the attendees is extremely valuable. And I highly recommend it, especially if you don't yet own a pizzeria and are thinking of getting into the business, or if you've just gotten into the pizza business and have been operating for less than a couple of years, really haven't earned your stripes yet. These workshops will really help you out a lot.
Yeah, and they can dive down to like what your issues are at, what issues you're having. You can have some time with that instructor and really get your questions answered as far as, and as well as learning a ton of stuff.
That's one of the key components that make them so valuable, is that there is a question and answer period. Again, these are generally about 4 hours long. They usually start around 8 a.m. and go until noon, which leaves a lot of time in there for attendees to ask very specific questions that may be unique to their business, and allows the presenter to kind of help them dive in and solve some of their own problems. So it's really good stuff. I've sat in many of these over the years, and I will sit in one or two of them again this year, as I always do. And I get a lot of good information for stories, things like that. So yeah, I highly recommend them. Absolutely.
Performance Food Service is proud to deliver high-quality products, innovative technology, and custom operational solutions to restaurants of all sizes across the country. The flagship division of Performance Food Group, with deep roots in the restaurant industry, Performance Food Service has been the exclusive distributor of the Roma family of brands for more than 65 years. This signature relationship has allowed Performance Food Service to become a leader in the pizza and Italian segment of food service nationwide.
Well, let's get into day 2 of the workshops. Most of these are all of these are all kicking off at 8 a.m. Am I correct?
Yeah, all the workshops are 8 a.m. to noon.
And we have 5 workshops on Monday, March 18th, right?
That is correct. We've got David Scott Peters is going to do a workshop that we have titled Master Profitability. Conquer your budgeting fears and empower financial success. And that just, the title says it all. Most business owners, especially in the pizza industry, they open the restaurant, very romantic idea. They love to cook, they love to serve food, and they're all about it, and they can maybe make outstanding food, but perhaps they don't have the budgetary knowledge, the operational knowledge as far as the numbers are concerned. This is really going to help you out a lot. Learn how to operate your pizzeria profitably, which is the name of the game, because if you're not making money, you're losing money, which means you're going out of business.
Yeah. And that's someone who gets into the business to make the food, to make the pizza for the love of the pizza. We see that all the time. And so you're not alone if you're one of those people and then you're struggling to make a profit. So jump on this one all together. It's amazing for sure.
Yeah, you'll find your tribe. And David is a very dynamic speaker. He's been doing this for a lot of years. He has covered many different topics at Pizza Expo. His reviews are always through the roof. He's always one of the most popular presenters that we bring to Pizza Expo.
And you think maybe 4 hours, in the same class, a lot, but with David Scott Peters, it doesn't feel like that at all. It's like you said, he's a dynamic speaker. You feel really engaged the entire time.
Yeah, absolutely. The next speaker, Siler Chapman, will make you feel the same way. The time will fly by. Siler is and I mean this endearingly, not negatively. Siler's a big goofball. He's just like you and I. He likes to crack a couple jokes here and there. He'll keep it lighthearted, but man, he's smart. He's really smart. He knows his stuff. As I talked about earlier, the speakers that are in the trenches and that have been burned more than a time or two and come out the other side, that really describes Siler. He's seen the highest of the highs, the lowest of the lows over the years in this industry, and he's really thriving in the mobile scene right now, which is why he is going to do a workshop on launching and thriving with a mobile pizzeria.
I'm seeing a lot of pizzerias that are already established, brick and mortar pizzerias that are getting more into the mobile
Yeah,
uh,
yeah.
arena. So yeah, even if you have an established pizzeria and you're thinking about maybe, hey, how can I expand my business but not get in a second unit? This would be great for you.
Yeah, and you're right, because back in the day, it seemed as though most people who were operating mobile units, mobile pizzerias, that was the way into the business. They didn't have the capital to invest in a brick and mortar, but they wanted to get in the business. So, hey, let's start small with a food truck. Let's make a little money, build up as we go, and then one day get into a brick and mortar. And that was kind of the way the pizza trucks evolved. And now we're seeing people who are making a great living with their mobile units who have no desire to ever get into a brick and mortar. And to your point, people who have been long-standing successful operations with brick and mortar getting into the mobile units as a way to increase their sales, to add ancillary products, start catering, serving weddings or big events, festivals, and it's a whole nother revenue stream. So yeah, Siler's been at this for a long time now. He's going to pass on a lot of great information for anyone looking to thrive with a mobile pizzeria.
Next up, we have You Want to Open a Pizzeria? Now What? By Nick Bogatz of Caliente Pizza and Draft House in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
Yeah, Nick is well versed in opening pizzerias. It seems like every time I change clothes, he's opened a new restaurant. It's like,
Right.
my
And
gosh, how do you keep up?
efficiently,
Mhm,
opening a restaurant, like turning it over in a week.
mhm.
It's it's amazing.
He has been writing a monthly column for Pizza Today, going on close to 3 years now, titled Building Blocks. And in that column, he has shared some of the techniques and information that he uses to grow his business, to open new units, and to continually move forward. He's going to kind of take all of that in a really in-depth, hands-on session here. So, again, a lot of people open a pizzeria and then said, now what? I'm
Well,
sitting here with flour on my hands. I've made a couple pies. Few customers come in the door. Oh crap, this is real now.
yeah. And if you look, at a show of hands, whether the keynote, whatever, uh, a large portion of them are not even in the business yet or wanting to own a pizzeria. So
Right.
it's actually staggering how many people are just there to learn about opening a pizzeria. It's staggering to me how many people there each year that do that. So
Mhm.
this is definitely the course for you.
Absolutely. And then next up, we've got Melissa Rickman. Now, Melissa, she and I actually just spoke on the phone yesterday and are talking again tomorrow. She is kind of so she is, let's say, massaging her topic and slightly changing her topic. So I'm not going to talk a whole lot about her workshop right now. She's definitely doing a workshop. The topic is a little fluid. She started down one path and has since decided that she thinks she can be more beneficial to our attendees by covering something slightly different. So I'm going to get not going to get into that yet. We'll talk about that next time we talk about the educational lineup. But Melissa, again, another great speaker who will definitely be a lot of fun to sit in on.
Melissa was our keynote at Pizza and Pasta Northeast. She did a fantastic job,
Yeah.
and she's been giving sessions for a while. And you know, and this really speaks to our education program. It's like, yeah, maybe what she was going to do before is not a special fit for the community now. So and kind of just change on a dime like that. And
Mhm.
I think it's really important.
Yeah, for sure. And then next up, we've got Will Grant. Now, Will's session is not going to be a 4-hour session. It's going to be a 90-minute to a 2-hour session, depending on how long the Q&As go here. Mastering dough with Sourdough Willie. Will is well known for working with sourdough. He's got one of the oldest active starters in the entire world. We always talk about that. He likes to get really hands-on with the dough. He has done seminars on working with sourdough before. This is actually gonna be on the show floor and allow attendees to really get hands-on and really learn the ins and outs of mastering your sourdough.
Yeah, he's a great teacher. He's even teaching at his spot Sourdough Willie's in Washington right now. So yeah, he brings on students all the time. So it's he's a great person to learn from. I think you'll get a lot out of it.
There's no doubt. And then aside from the workshops, Josh, we've got, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, we've got 7 free sessions that day. Completely free seminars, and only a handful of them overlap at the same time. So you, as an attendee, will be able to attend several of these if you like. So Scott Wiener is going to take a look at slice shop trends. Scott Sandler is going to discuss how to sell your pizzeria for top dollar. There's going to be a panel discussion led by the one and only Tony Gimignani. The panelists are going to be Jeff Smokovich and Lars Smith. They're going to talk about growing pains. Scott Anthony. It's a day of Scots. We got Scott Wiener, Scott Sandler, Scott Anthony. Great Scott. It's a day of Scots. Scott Anthony is going to talk about exit strategies for retirement. And then Tyler Carlson and Mark Latz are going to talk about building your business through partnerships. Andrew Butler is going to talk about how he baked his way into the pizza industry. And Mike Bausch is going to talk about developing and living your vision. Those are a lot of really great topics by a lot of really well-versed speakers right there.
Yeah, those are all free. Those 7 with price of with admission to the expo, of course.
Right.
But yeah, so get your day started on Sunday or Monday. There's a lot of content you can take in on Monday before the show even begins, the show floor even begins.
Yeah, I mean, if you, let's see, so Scott Wiener's from 12:30 to 1:30. Ty Carlson, Mark Glass are 1:30 to 2:30. All right, you got Scott Sandler 1:45 to 2:45. So there's a little overlap with that one. And then we go 2:45 to 3:45 with Andrew Butler. So yeah, you can definitely squeeze into a lot of these back to back to back. If you slam that energy drink, grab that coffee, grab a bagel, from next door, power through these sessions.
Yeah, I'm excited about the content this year. You've done a great job gathering some wonderful speakers and some wonderful topics.
I'm excited about it as well. It's the 40th anniversary. There are some topics that we have to repeat from the last handful of years, just due to how popular they are, how many requests we get. New attendees are coming in, request certain topics, certain seminars, but for the most part, there's not a lot of repeats. There's a lot of new stuff to celebrate the 40th anniversary of Pizza Expo, and I'm really excited about it. It's you're going to want to bring a crew, because you can't be 2 places at once. It's not possible to sit in on every session, and if you have FOMO, boy, there's a lot you're going to miss if you don't bring a crew where you can divide and conquer.
Right. Yeah. All right. Well, I think that's all we have for today.
Yeah.
Registration is open for Pizza Expo. Just head on over to pizzaexpo.com, get registered, and take a look at these workshops. I think you'll find something very interesting in at least one of them.
No doubt. Josh, thanks for sitting in and leading this podcast. It's always fun. Denise will be back from vacation next week, so I'm sure viewers will get to see Denise next week.
Our vacation Denise. She's on vacation again.
Again. All right. Thanks, Josh.
All right. Thanks.